Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for being with me till here. We are understanding tuples now, right? So tuples are nothing but a sequential data type. We have already covered that. Anything that has sequence, and tuples are written with this round brackets. So if you have to define a tuple, you need to use round brackets, and in tuple you can include any sort of data types but followed by commas, right? For example, let me create a tuple A, right? So here we have a tuple A which has a string, integer, and a float, right? Different data types into it. Let me just print it, and you will see this is how we just created a tuple. So this is all you need to know about how tuples are created. Now, why are we using tuples? So tuples have a very specific characteristic, that once you've created a tuple, suppose I have created this A, now I cannot alter it, I cannot change, modify, or even add something to it in future. For example, suppose I just want to change this WWE to ZEZE. I cannot do that. I cannot even delete this thing out of it, right? I cannot add something to it. Suppose if I wanted to add something after 4.5, say comma, I wanted to add something into it, I cannot do that now, right? Because a tuple is immutable, and that's what immutability means, to not be able to change, alter, or add things into it. Now, if a question arises in your mind that if this is the case, why do we even need tuples, right? So the answer is, well, in reality, tuples are not very popular or commonly used in programming languages. They serve a very specific purpose. Let me give you an example. Suppose you're writing a program in which you want to include some weekdays, right? You want to include weekdays, so say from Monday to Friday, that's what want you include into it, and you're very sure that even in the future these things cannot be changed, or maybe you don't want them to be changed by any other code. Maybe if there is a possibility that in future if they can be altered, you don't want that. So this is where you will use a tuple, where you're once you have created a list, once you have created a sequence, basically it remains the same. This is the only difference between tuple and list, that list can be modified and altered. Rest all things remain the same. Even if you access a tuple, you can simply use that what we learned in the previous lesson of strings, right? Suppose if I have to access tuple at index 1, I can do that. Yeah, you will see I got this, right? So this is index 0, this is index 1, index 2, index 3. Now don't be overwhelmed if you are not aware of what indexing means. You can just check out the previous link, or you can check out the video just before this, that was strings, in which we clearly discussed how you can index and slice numbers or strings, right? All things apply over here. Say A, I want all the numbers up to the second index. So second index is always upper bound, so I will get 0 and 1, right? I'll get 0 and 1, not the 3 which is at the second index, right? Great. So this is all about you need to know about tuples. Now you can always concatenate two tuples, say A plus B, right? Let's execute this. Great, can only concatenate, not string. So let's create a tuple into it, right? This is your tuple now, right? You need to have a comma over there to make it a tuple, else it will be a string. Now if I say print C, this is what we will get as the output. Yes, you see Z has been included now. Okay, this was all about tuples. Tuples are very short lesson. Thank you for being with me. If you have any doubt, you can reach me out anytime you want. And meanwhile, I would like to encourage you that you practice some things. For example, say if like go and search for all the things you can read about tuples. So suppose if I create a tuple like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 or say 4 comma 2 3, right? Now this is a tuple that I've created. Now what I can do is print, and I will say count, I'll say a dot count. What I want to count, I want to count the number of times 3 has appeared in this tuple. So yeah, first you need to initialize that a also. So you see 2 times it gives me an answer, like 3 is 1 over here, 3 is 1 over here, right? So there are many such things that you can do with tuples. I have provided the links below where you can definitely learn all the things that you need. And